We got an excellent show here today. Oh my gosh, man. Joe Biden. You know, Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden. Where do I start, y'all, man? He is either one of the greatest political geniuses out there, or he's just, oh man, I think I'm going to look back at this. We're all going to have a good laugh after Trump wins, but we got to, is Joe Biden one of the greatest Trump supporters? I mean, we talk about Byron Donalds, Vivek Swamy, we talk about RFK, Tulsi Gabbard, but we don't never talk about Joe Biden. We don't talk about Joe Biden being one of the greatest contributors of the MAGA movement. You know, when I saw Joe Biden put on the MAGA hat, the Make America Great Again hat on, that after that day, that changed my whole perception of Joe Biden. It really did. And needless to say, I began to even like Joe Biden after that. When he put on the MAGA hat, I saw, oh, that's a good sport right there, man. He got some fucked up policies, but he's a good sport. Then I began to hear rumors about him sabotaging Kamala Harris's campaign, and he wants to be the only one. And I guess Biden knows Trump is going to be a Mount Rushmore president. So rumor has it that him and his wife came up with this idea, like, well, what if we go down in history? Hey, Pico, what's up, man? What's going on, man? What's going on? Shout out, brother. Shout out. So, you know, Biden concocted this thing with his wife. Be like, well, what if Biden? What if he becomes the only president, the only president person to beat Trump? He'll go down in history. I guess. I don't know. Um, and when I began to hear this thing constantly, Biden. Now, a senile person and a person can make the argument is not calculated per se, not calculated. And a person can make the argument that every time Kamala Harris made a press conference or did something, Joe Biden cut her right at the ankles, cut her right at the ankles from the Hurricane Helena with Governor Ron DeSantis to, I mean, that was the greatest cutthroat right there. That was the greatest sandbag of all time. And I think, um, but I mean, again, is it because Joe Biden is this great genius, or is it just Kamala Harris being so blinded by her greed for power that she's not humble enough to watch her steps? It's almost like she's stumbling on herself to rush to power, and she keeps stumbling very badly. Um, Sometimes you can be blinded by power that you're making stuff. I guess you can be your own worst enemy because there's a protocol amongst government officials. There's a protocol amongst military. There's a protocol amongst um law enforcement, military, government, and somehow She didn't get the memo on that, meaning that no matter what happens in a natural disaster, no matter what happens, you do not politicize that natural disaster, number one, and you do not attack your fellow cohort, meaning that Ron DeSantis, even though he's a Republican, um, he's still your he is still your constituent. Is that what they call it? You know, and she broke that code. Not knowing, not double checking that. Oh well, I wonder if Ron DeSantis maybe made a call to Joe Biden because obviously he did. Obviously, when the natural disaster happens, Joe Biden and Ron DeSantis were in constant communication. I mean, it's a natural disaster. People have died. People how billions of dollars in property has been damaged, and like, what is she thinking? Like, so again, is it Joe Biden or is it her? Is Joe Biden covering himself from her mistakes now? Because we talk about how, Joe Biden, he might be Joe Biden might be I had to let this guy pass me. He's doing 60 in the fucking 35 zone, man. I let them people pass, man. Because as you can see, I'm not in a hurry. And I'm glad I did the live in this truck. I didn't want to be bouncing around in the truck. I said, no, 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 I'm gonna have to do an easy ride with this one because Joe Biden, you know, I have to really think about this one because I think Joe Biden is clever, man. I think, and let me tell you something about Joe Biden, man. He was really confident that he could have beat Trump again. Looking at Pennsylvania and looking at how Joe Biden in Pennsylvania did the Trump hat, meaning he's willing to bend to be sociably acceptable. And I'm sure that works in his advantage when he's campaigning. Even though he has shitty policies, Joe Biden, just like Donald Trump, has charisma and he has a good personality. And that's why I can't really hate on Joe Biden because even when he did the Trump hat, I'm like, well, what else does he do on the campaign? Let me know he's willing to bend to put charisma first. He's about charisma first. He's about his aura and his charisma. He's about his likability. And I think Joe Biden has always had that talent. He's always had that gift, and let me flip these people up. Let me show you these people. I'm about to flip these. What's up, Josh? Let me flip these people off. Fuck y'all. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Okay. I had to flip off some damn Harris supporters, bro. Jesus Christ. It's like you can't be that dumb advertising that damn chick. I don't care how much they paying you. So anywho, um, let's get back to let's get back to let's get back to the lecture at hand, y'all. Um, Joe Biden, I think, has a natural. Obviously, he has a natural charisma and ability. That's something that Kamala Harris doesn't have. And yes, I will say this for the record, Pico, Josh, you guys are in here. Thanks for the light. But I'm gonna say this for the record: they would have been better off with Joe Biden in his state than go running with Kamala Harris, obviously. And the Democrats were so power hungry and so delusional that they didn't let Joe Biden run his course. Even with all his, fumbling, on the campaign trail, I'm sure he could have. It's almost like he can match Trump's energy, but in a different way. He can be brash like Trump, and that's what the country needs right now. They need somebody brash, and Trump is brash, and Joe Biden is brash. Kamala Harris is just, she comes off as a dingbat. Now, I don't know her personally, but her cackles and her laugh paints her as a dingbat. And when you think of Kamala Harris, you don't think of somebody sitting down with Vladimir Putin, sitting down with, and I want to speak on Vladimir Putin also. I want to speak on that. Um, I do want to speak on Vladimir Putin and Zelensky, and um, that's another situation that the Biden administration has got us into. That's why I said when it comes to policy, Trump crushes Biden. However, Biden, now I don't think he can draw a crowd at Madison Square Garden like Trump did. Trump is a marketing genius, but when it comes to just being a humble, likable person, Trump and Biden, they can almost match each other. And that's coming from somebody who wholeheartedly supports Trump. I support Trump wholeheartedly. Again, mostly because of his policies. Now, Joe Biden, he again this thing about Trump supporters being garbage. I laughed at it. I mean, I think Trump supporters like myself, I can't speak for all Trump supporters. We're laughing. We're like, oh man, thank you, Biden. Thank you, Joe Biden. And then we look at Joe Biden, we're like, Joe, are you one of us? Are you one of us? Because you know the protocol, Joe Biden. You know a president is not supposed to stoop that low like Hillary Clinton. But Joe Biden's almost out the door, so maybe he don't, I don't, maybe he don't he don't care. I don't know. But see, this is weird because in his presidency, it seemed like it seemed like he still wants to hold that persona, but he might be so pissed off and feel so betrayed that he's just like, you know what, I'm going out guns blazing because Joe Biden has been in the politics long enough now. Y'all might argue and say, Joe Biden, black son, he's got dementia, but it's too calculated. Dementia is just doing spur of the moment at any given time. All his gaffes are coordinated, which kind of kills the argument that he's demented because dementia patients, they just do shit out of the like. It's not timed, is what I'm saying. Oh, Roland, hey, how you doing? How you doing, Roland? Roland, I'm starting to think Biden is not demented, Roland. I'm really starting to think he's not demented, because as a president, now y'all check this out. Roland is a teacher, she's a teacher, so there are certain decorums that she lived by as a teacher. And being the president of the United States, Biden has to live by that same decorum. So just like Biden can't go around calling people garbage, Roland can't go around calling students garbage because they live on the same, they have the same type of decorum. They have the same type of discipline. So just like teachers are supposed to have a decorum around students, Biden is supposed to have a decorum, he being the president of the United States, around the citizens. So let me see what Roland is saying. Yes, he is. Roland, I do understand your argument about Biden being demented, but why is all of his gaffes coordinated at a certain time? Because a demented patient, there's no timing. There's no timing with their gaffes, with their outbursts, with their emotional outbursts and all that. He seems to always have an emotional outburst at the wrong time for Kamala Harris. Right time for me, and right time for Trump supporters. Right time for Trump. I'm not complaining. I think, I think Joe Biden is MAGA. But in order to say Joe Biden's MAGA, I can't call him demented because those gaffes are right on time. 6 days before the election, and he called half of the country garbage. Roland said he needs to go to Shady Pines. Roland, you know what? I can't argue with you. Roland, you make great arguments, Roland, but again, it's timed, though. Sister, it's timed. Yeah, everything that he's doing would make him a candidate for Shady Pines, except it's timed. It is timed just right. You know, you do remember the phone call that oh, you know, like I said, the whole Ron DeSantis situation with the whole Hurricane Alina. Biden was in touch with Ron DeSantis the whole time. That doesn't sound demented, Roland. Miss Roland, that doesn't sound demented. And that last night was timed. So I'm not going to argue and say that he's not demented, but again, he timed that. He timed that. And everybody keep talking about an October surprise, and that was the October surprise. That was timed because we only got one more day left for October surprise, and that's tomorrow. That's Halloween. And trust me, they would have came out. Oh, that's right. They did come out with saying Hitler. You know, Trump is Hitler, and um, he groped some woman 120 years ago, and yeah. So, anywho, I just think Biden, the more gaffes he does, the more I'm starting to think he's not demented. I'm going to call you after the show, Miss Rowland, because I'm starting to really and you know I'm starting to really think he's not demented just because of the timing. Again, he does things that are like what qualify him for Shady Pines, but when it's timed like that, when it's timed at the perfect time, it's the timing is always perfect. So Ms. Lynn says he comes and goes. But Miss Lynn, so why he don't cut his camera on like at 2 o'clock in the morning and it just start rambling? He's able to cut a camera on and make that statement and then cut it off at the right time. So if he comes and goes, it seems like he would come and go. Maybe there are things behind the scene, but every time he cuts that camera on or does a press conference, it is timed just right. And let me tell you, I need to see you the video, Miss Lynn, but oh, Kamala was stressed out about it. She was just like, oh, why would Joe do that? Oh, why would Joe do that? Joe, you just ruined my closing statement. You just ruined. I mean, she's delusional to think that it wasn't already ruined. Like her campaign was already ruined, but in her delusion, she still thinks she has a chance. She still thinks she's winning. She still thinks she's tied up with Trump. She's believing in the hype of the lying media. However, though, however, ah, the timing is just too perfect. However, even in her delusion, even in her delusion, that right there, she knows, even in all her delusion of grandeur, oh, I'm going to be the next president. She knows that's a death blow. She knows what Biden did. That was like, it's like death blow after death blow after death blow. And it's like how me and Miss Lynn, we talked about this. We talked about how Biden and how Kamala Harris were responsible for sending people over to the Trump train. Not only black people, black men, black women, but just people in general over to the Trump train. Like, I totally blame the Kamala Harris because even Miss Lynn told me RFK called. Um, she called. Okay. Oh, what up, Thor? What up? What up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? Driving and listening. Okay, no, man. He is locked up. Okay. Let's see. Roland says he is locked up. Oh, okay. So she's saying Biden's locked up, but somebody cut the computer on, Miss Lynn. It seemed like they would lock him out of his computer so he doesn't make any weird gaffes like that at a certain time. I mean, but again, it's the timing. But okay, I could, you know what? And that's why I love Miss Lynn. She will always add logic to it and always add different perspective. Again, Lynn, though, the timing. Again, I agree 100% of your assessment of Joe Biden's condition being a candidate for Shady Pines, but the timing is just the timing. I can't get over the timing, Miss Lynn. I can't get over the timing. The timing, if you look at all the gaffes that he's done, look at the timing. It borders more on the line of sabotage than it does. It borders on the line of sabotage more than it does of of um of just somebody just making just having dementia and just making a blunder. Like again, you say he comes and goes, so why again, and I blame the blunder with the whole Hurricane Helena on Kamala Harris. Like, did she not talk to Joe Biden and be like, did you call Ron DeSantis and did you send, FEMA and all that, the people in North Carolina and but she was so caught up trying to get pictures and all that. She's so damn phony. I guess not. I guess she doesn't really know how to be involved in real government. But obviously, Joe Biden and Ron DeSantis are involved in real government because when the natural disaster hit, people died and all that, they put down their differences and they called each other. And Joe Biden had enough sense to now this is what makes me think that this thing is coordinated, Ms. Lynn, because he said, look, hey, Ron DeSantis is doing a good job. He was very professional. And, he has my personal phone number. And I call him. I call him every day. That takes responsibility. That takes genuine concern. And that's why I said Joe Biden, I've seen a side of him that, when he said he's a better candidate than Kamala Harris, even in his dementia, yeah, he was. So thank you, Nancy Pelosi. Thank you, Chuck Schumer. Thank you, Democrats, for stabbing. Oh, thank you, Barack Obama. Thank you, Michelle Obama. Thank you for stabbing Joe Biden in the back because I think he would have been a better candidate. Now, I still don't think he would have beat Trump. I still don't think he would have beat Trump because, as Miss Me and Lynn talks about, it's about kitchen table. People are voting on kitchen table issues, not on personality. But when it comes to personality, I think Biden has shown a lot of personality. Like I said, when he put on the hat and all that, he's shown a side of himself that he can be responsible, that he is a president. However, um, when he talked about Trump supporters being garbage, I heard him. I heard him, and he said it, and the news media is running with it. But Joe Biden is too smart to do that. He's too smart. But again, Miss Lynn gonna say no, black son. Let me see what she says. What's up, Bonez? Hendricks, you too, Thor. Okay. Yeah, I know. Look. I know people will keep making the argument of him being demented. Now he does have a bad stuttering problem, and he does become he do now you know what, yeah, Miss Lynn is right, he do be in and out, but again, I don't know, I just think the timing, you know what, I think Miss Lynn, I think she settled this because if you're in and out, he be gone at times, and when he's in, I think he's coordinated. So, you know what, Lynn, I think, yeah, I think I lost this argument. And it's not even an argument, but yeah, I've lost trying to say that he's because I guess you're right. If you're in and out, meaning if you're in, you can damn scheme and take your revenge, and when you're out, then you're just mumbling stuff and you're walking off the stage like Trump says, and you're not knowing where you are. So maybe he just comes back in enough to take his revenge and time it, and maybe he's more in than out. Maybe the times we see him, he's exhausted and he's out. But when he's well rested and he's look at the TV and he's just mad as hell, he's in. And then he could just coordinate stuff and he just waits. So I guess time when it comes to Joe Biden's revenge is on his side. It's definitely on his side. So, I don't know. It's just again, it's just the timing. The timing is weird. It's weird to me. Let's see what's up, y'all. Bonez Hendricks, what's going on? Thor, Roland. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. I just wanted to come on and rant real quick because Joe Biden, all his gaffes are coordinated. But again, when you're in and out, I guess when he's in, he's doing it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just confused by the whole thing, man. I think the man is so bitter. Him and his wife are so bitter, and it's justifiably so. We all realized that Joe Biden was dead dirty. However, Joe Biden, you were part of the whole 2020 scheme, so one can say what goes around comes around. So you know, um, you did say you were going to have one of the greatest cheating operations ever. You did say that. Um, so but we did see a coup in our country. We did see a real well. We saw cheating in our country. So yeah, I guess seeing a coup. Um, I guess it was. I guess it was bound to happen because you know when you do dirt, that dirt comes back round to you. It comes back round to you. And let me tell you, that dirt comes back round to you. Wow. And I guess that coup in the sense of karma, I guess it would be justified because, like I said, we did see what happened in 2020, and therefore, um, what happened in 2020, that coup d'état. But you know, it's like you can't trust the Democrats because I've talked about it before, and I've talked about it on Roland's show. Y'all subscribe to Roland. We're gonna do a show on Friday, but I've said this that you know when you have um, when you've done so much dirt, it comes back around to you, and it's like, so then, yeah, we're expected to see a coup, but oh, guys, I guess, I don't know, that was an outright coup, but then again, Joe Biden was a part of the process of them not having a primary, and that was wrong. That was wrong, and it was so wrong that people like RFK said, "No, nah, I don't want to be no part of this." But then Lynn told me that RFK made a call to Kamala Harris before he made a call to Donald Trump, which I don't know. That doesn't that still comes off as kind of gullible. That comes off as very gullible. These people sued you. You know, I'm not gonna speak ill about RFK, man. I mean, I'm not gonna do that, but I think that was kind of gullible. So, that was a little gullible because you're in a party full of backstabbers. You were backstabbed. Tulsi Gabbard was backstabbed. Biden was backstabbed. All these people being backstabbed, and you know, I don't know. I don't know. So Shady Pines, maybe so, y'all, maybe so. Because I'm still trying to make sense of this thing. I'm still trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to put all the pieces together. And like I said, this latest gaffe that he did, I can't speak for no other body, but when he said it, I didn't get upset. I didn't get mad. I was like, Joe Biden, you out of character. Now I know they say that you're supposed to be senile. You playing into and that's another thing. Is he playing into the senileness, even though he has dementia? But does he play into it even when he's in? Because Miss Lynn said he's in and out, but when he's in, I'm sure he's heard people and heard rumors of him having dementia, and maybe he can play like it's almost like a double dipping. He's got dementia, but then when he's normal, he can still play like he has dementia, even when he's back in his normal state of mind. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This is just I don't know, but yeah, him calling people. Yeah, that I just got this thing saying yes. CNN exposes Biden for sabotaging Kamala Harris. They're calling it a sabotage. They're calling that outright sabotage. And the Kamala Harris campaign has taken a big hit for what Joe Biden has said about half the country being garbage. So I don't know, y'all. It's like again, y'all know me, man. I'm not. I mean, I'm all about winning, whatever it takes to win, and I look at that as a win. So I didn't get offended by it because I look at it as a win for our side. And every time Joe Biden does something, I have to look at them. I mean, I'm sure Joe Biden knows how to win, and apparently that's not a winning move. And I'm not one to give advice to the adversary, to the other team, but sometimes I got to get on here and speak about how I got to speak on like tactics and strategies and I don't know. But again, everything I say, y'all could pass it off as Biden having dementia. So we will never know. We will never know because clearly he looks like he has dementia. Clearly he's in and out because sometimes he functions normal and sometimes he doesn't. And he cut on that camera and yeah, he pretty much keeps burying uh, Kamala Harris, but Kamala Harris is so delusional she doesn't know when she's losing. Like, but again, the media's in on it, and they're not telling the truth. Uh, the poll numbers are finally shifting towards Trump. The legit poll people who want to keep their name, they're showing the rightful polls. Like, okay, Rasmussen, y'all already know they been shown Trump. So everybody's catching up to Rasmussen. They been showed Trump ahead in all the swing states. Trump is so comfortable. I'm going to show you even with the internal polling. Now he's going to New Mexico, he's going to New Hampshire, and he's going to Virginia. What's up, TCP Show? What's going on? Yeah, man, you got Trump going to these three blue states. Oh, did I forgot to mention Trump is ahead in New Jersey. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Please don't take my word for it. Please look it up, y'all. Trump is ahead in New Jersey in early voting. Look it up, y'all. So we got New Mexico, New Hampshire, Virginia, and now New Jersey's in play. Now, ask me if I'm surprised, because I did say, man, Trump had one of the largest political rallies in New Jersey. So am I surprised he's ahead in New Jersey? No. Because y'all know I said from the get go, he's going to flip a blue state or two. I think he will flip Virginia. New Jersey, he's in a trajectory to flip that state. Now, New Mexico, I don't know. We'll see about New Mexico. We'll see. Now, New Hampshire, I think he's going to flip New Hampshire. So, Joker, what's going on? What's going on, man? I'm just tripping on Joe Biden, man, calling us garbage. But I'm not mad though, because that's a win for us. That is a win for us, man. Like, yo, that is about to cause Kamala Harris to have a breakdown. They showed her on the plane. She's just like, "Oh, Joe, you didn't did it. Oh gosh, oh Joe." Like her whole body language. Miss Lynn, I'm gonna send you that video, and you can read the body language for me. But it seemed like Joe really got under her skin, making that comment. Like snap. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I'm getting phone calls. All right, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Miss Lynn. Shout out to TCP Show. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Joker. With that being said, man, I'm out, y'all.